Cable and streaming are the two biggest names in entertainment that always compete for that small piece of viewers to come to their side. You may have heard these names before. You may have heard these names once before. You may be watching one of these things as of the making of this video. Like I said, these are the two biggest names where most viewers go to watch their favorite shows. So join me as I go over the history, what the pros and cons are of each one, then give the conclusion of which one is best. So, here we go. If you were to tell me that cable and streaming services started at different points in time, then you would be right. Cable TV back then was very different, given the fact that it first started off as CATV in the 1940s, where it was designed to improve reception, where households were given the opportunity to receive a broadcast of two subscribing homes. This was in a select few areas in the world, however. As time went on, cable TV was increasing. It was especially prominent in the 70s throughout the 90s. As cable TV remained strong and had a lot of viewership during the rest of the 1990s and the early 2000s. By the mid 2000s, however, this is when big major changes started to happen, and cable was no longer the big player in the industry, and many cable companies like Comcast and Viacom switched because there was less viewership, and many people mainly started showing an interest in streaming services. By the early to late 2010s, it became apparent that streaming services was here to stay and became very popular very quickly. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the pros and cons of each respective service, because it would turn into an absolute snooze fest, and we would be here for God knows how long. And each of these things deserves credit where it's due. Like the fact that cable is live sports, looking at you, Hulu and Netflix. And not having to deal with the awful scheduling when it comes to cable. Of course, I still like streaming and cable TV respectively, even though both of them have pros and cons that set them apart. As far as my overall initial thoughts on streaming and cable TV, on what I prefer, me, I go for streaming services, and here's why. I feel like I really don't need cable, since almost all of my favorite shows are on there, and I like that I don't have to wait for a show or movie to come at a specific time in the day, since most of us don't really have time to watch, frankly, because I don't. Like I said, I would say it is a lot more convenient than waiting for a show to come on a certain time in the day and waste my time doing that.